W.F. Howes presents an unabridged recording of A Matter of Blood by Sarah Pinborough, narrated by Richard Fox. Prologue. The orchestra of flies buzzed above the mutilated corpse. To the man watching from the doorway, they looked like an unruly audience in the gallery cheering on their support. More scuttered across the macabre stage below, flitting their way amidst the heavy mass of maggots, giving the very dead individual that was their theatre pretense of movement, life. The large window against the far wall was open, but still the room stank of decay. The man in the doorway sighed, and for a second the flies stopped their dreadful whine, and the shiny white pupae paused in their writhing. The body was lying on the antique wooden desk, one arm hanging limply over the side. Where the steady trickle of blood dripped silently, the thick red carpet was now a much deeper crimson. There was nothing elegant in the rips across the torso tearing apart the dead man's skin and exposing organs and entrails. It must have happened fast, though, the man in the doorway thought. Otherwise, he'd have heard screaming. The buzzing started again, and he gritted his teeth. This has to stop. The noise got louder. He stared at the body and the heavy workman's boots that protruded from the tan chinos that John McBrain wore whenever he was speaking on television or leading one of his ridiculously ineffective protest meetings, as if by not buying a decent suit, he was making a statement against the bank and its more controversial interests. Its alleged more controversial interests, he silently corrected himself. Still, it was clear that Mr. McBrain, for all his irritating tenacity, would be leading no more marches. "I don't know what you think you're achieving," he said, "or what point you're trying to make." For the first time, irritation crept into his voice. This wasn't like the last two. This was going to take some effort to clear up. John McBrain had become something of an unlikely public figure. He looked at the mutilated body. The deep tan from years spent in the African sun had faded now into a drained pallor. Death had taken hold, and he had to admit its effects were mildly fascinating, even after all this time. He drew his attention back to the hovering insects. "We need to meet with the others. They can help you." For a moment, the room was still again, and then the flies and maggots rose as one from the body with such force that the corpse shivered visibly.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?